this is a good segue into me telling you about my coaching staff. All right? Thank you for teeing it up for me, David. First of all, when Ray and I first talked about this job, Ray talked to me about Monte Lee. Now, I didn't know Monte that well. We'd had a couple of dealings with each other when he was the coach at Clemson. Am I allowed to say that name, or do I have to refer to him as the team up north? Okay, all right. When he was the coach there, we had a couple of things to discuss, but I couldn't, fib about this and say I really knew Monte. But Ray knows Monte really well, okay? He obviously coached against him, then he was part of his coaching staff, and then, they've remained very close. Ray has been a real mentor for Monte and has been a big influence on his life. So he knows him well. So I deferred to him to tell me about Monte and, why is this so important? And he explained it. And as I thought about it, as Ray was explaining it to me, and then I slept on it before I gave Ray my answer, I was absolutely convinced Ray was exactly right. And I knew that Ray was a really good judge of people and talent and so forth. So Monte and I ended up having a conversation because, obviously there's going to be a little bit of disappointment that he didn't get this position. And I knew that he also had an opportunity to become a head coach at another school. And he's been a head coach for 14 years and a very successful one. But I wanted him to be a part of our coaching staff because of everything that Ray had told me about him. Well, then we had a conversation that probably lasted 2 hours, right, Monte, or more? And it was amazing because it was a very blunt and honest conversation on both sides. And that's the way I deal with people, in a very honest way and very forthright. And as the conversation continued to morph, I could see that there was a connection there. And as we started talking about things like philosophy of the game and coaching and hitting and fielding and pitching and everything else, it was amazing to me how aligned both of us were in our beliefs about how to do things. I had total respect for the work that he's done as the interim head coach. He's basically kept the team together, and he's given me great input on each of the players. He's going to be continue to be a tremendous part of Carolina baseball. And I'm really happy and proud that he stayed on with us. And okay, let it be told, I don't know how much longer I'm going to coach, and I'm sure that question is going to come, but I hope that we're going to do well enough that Monte will be ready to take over when I finish. That's how I feel about it.